Just the date needs to be announced now, and everything else will fall into place. It's an arrival waiting to happen, the final piece to a puzzle that has long been in the making. Time, as it always does, moves forward with an unwavering certainty, but there are moments when even time pauses, when it lingers in anticipation of what is to come. The date, the key to the next chapter, is the threshold between what has been and what will be. It is a line in the sand, marking a shift, a change that will alter the course of lives. The moment is coming, and all that remains is the announcement. There is power in knowing that a moment has been set in motion, and it's not just a simple passage of time. It is a moment that holds the promise of something greater, something that will bring new beginnings, new opportunities, and new challenges. It is the final step in a journey, and now we only need the date. The air is thick with expectation, for the date holds the answer to questions that have lingered for so long. What will come next? Where will we go? How will we be changed by what happens when that date arrives? It's as though the universe itself is waiting for that single piece of information to set the wheels in motion. We are all waiting, hoping, and yearning for that moment when the unknown becomes the known. The date is the key that will unlock doors to a future we have longed for, a future we've worked toward. It represents all the effort, the struggles, and the dreams that have led us here, to this point of waiting. The silence of waiting is deafening, but it's also filled with promise. We've come this far, and now it all hinges on the announcement of a date. It will come, and with it, everything will change. The moment of revelation is close, and the date will be the catalyst. When the date is finally announced, everything will make sense. The confusion, the uncertainties, and the questions will all fade away, replaced by clarity. The pieces of the puzzle will finally fit together, and we will understand why the wait was necessary. Life, in its infinite complexity, often demands that we wait for the right moment, the right time, and the right conditions before things can fall into place. The date is the answer to the unspoken questions that have been hanging in the air. It is the moment that will bring relief, not just in the form of knowing when something will happen, but also in the way it will shape everything that comes after. Time has a way of aligning things just when we need them most, and the date is the signal that it's finally time. The wait, as difficult as it may seem, is always for a purpose, and when the date is revealed, it will bring with it a deep sense of satisfaction and anticipation for the future. As the days tick by, each moment feels more intense, more charged with potential. It's as though the world itself is holding its breath, waiting for the date to be announced. The quiet before the storm, the stillness that surrounds us, is filled with possibility. We can sense that something significant is on the horizon, but we just don't know exactly when. It's as if we are living in a suspended state, caught between the present and the future, unable to move forward until that crucial piece of information is shared with us. The uncertainty is both frustrating and exciting. We have worked so hard for this moment, but it's still just out of reach. The waiting is the hardest part, for it demands patience and trust. But in the silence, there is also hope. We know that the announcement will come, and when it does, we will be ready to embrace whatever comes next. Until then, we remain in the stillness, waiting for the date to be revealed. In moments like these, the mind tends to wander, imagining all the possibilities that the future holds. What will happen when the date is announced? How will our lives change? What steps will we take to move forward? These questions swirl around us, creating a sense of excitement that builds with each passing day. It is in these moments of anticipation that we come to realize just how much we've invested in this moment. The date represents so much more than just a day on the calendar. It's a culmination of all our efforts, hopes, and dreams. We've worked for this, planned for this, and now we are on the edge of something new. It's as if the world has been waiting for this moment to arrive, and when the date is finally announced, we will be able to step into the next chapter with confidence and purpose. The future is just beyond our grasp, and the date will be the moment we finally reach out and take it. As we wait, there is a sense of unity among us, a shared experience of anticipation. We are all in this together, bound by the same longing, the same desire to know. The date is the common thread that connects us all, and as we wait for it to be announced, we understand that this is a moment that will affect us all. It is not just one individual's journey, but the collective journey of many. The excitement is palpable, shared by all those who are waiting, each person feeling the same sense of anticipation, the same eagerness to know. We may be living our own separate lives, but in this moment, we are united in our expectation. The date is the beacon on the horizon, and as we wait for its arrival, we draw strength from each other. We know that whatever comes next will be better, because we are facing it together. The date is not just a point in time, it is a symbol of everything we have worked for, and together we will embrace it when it finally comes. In the quiet moments, when the world seems to stand still, it's easy to imagine what the announcement will mean. We picture the moment of revelation, the moment when everything shifts, and we move from the unknown into the known. We imagine the excitement, the joy, and the relief that will wash over us when the date is finally shared. But even in our imaginations, we know that the true significance of that moment will only be understood when it arrives. Until then, we wait. There is beauty in the anticipation, in the knowing that something great is coming, even if we can't quite see it yet. It is a moment that will be worth every second of waiting, a moment that will change everything. The date will mark the beginning of a new journey, a journey we have all been waiting for, and it will be the moment we step forward into the future with excitement and hope. Every passing day brings us closer to the moment when the date will finally be announced. It's a quiet countdown, one that takes place not on a clock, but in the hearts of those who are waiting. Each heartbeat, each breath, is a reminder that we are moving towards something big. The waiting is not in vain, for we know that something meaningful is about to happen. The date is the culmination of everything we have worked for, and with each day that passes, the sense of anticipation grows stronger. It's almost as if time itself is aligning, bringing us closer to the moment when we will know. Until then, we hold on to the hope that the date will arrive soon, and when it does, it will mark the beginning of something extraordinary. The waiting is difficult, but the reward will be worth it. The date is just around the corner, and soon we will be able to step into the future that has been waiting for us all along. The final stretch is the hardest, for the waiting has stretched on for so long, but there is a sense of excitement that builds with each passing day, a sense of knowing that the moment is finally near. The date will be announced soon, and with it, everything will change. There is no need to rush, no need to force the future into the present. The date will come when it's meant to, and until then, we can only wait with patience and hope. We have prepared ourselves for this moment, and now all that is left is to embrace it. The announcement of the date will be the moment when everything falls into place, and from there, we will move forward into the next chapter of our lives. The waiting is almost over, and soon we will know. Just the date needs to be announced now, and everything else will follow.